Welcome back, Johnny Somali. He's not actually from Somalia, right? I made a couple of videos. It's actually the two most popular videos on my channel, where I first reacted to Johnny Somali getting punched, and I analyzed the footage. It's a 2-minute video. And I did call out the fact that you should not punch him in the street, right? You should just call the cops or whatever. No vigilante justice. And like I looked at the video. He shouldn't have been punched. Call the police, whatever. You can disagree with that. My critique there was the fact that a lot of big YouTubers kind of just, it's just entertainment, which kind of encourages people to go punch people. And then, who knows, maybe they'll punch someone that doesn't deserve it, right? Like, you can think that he deserves to be punched, whatever. Rational people realize that that is not something that we should be doing, right? Even if I agree with you guys that he's really insufferable and annoying and, like, name it. Like, I don't like the guy. Nobody likes the guy. Just the people that watch his streams, right? There is a community of people that watch his stream. I'm not changing my opinion about him that you should not punch an annoying guy, even if you have seen him break any rules. You let the justice system deal with him, right? So these videos were from a year ago. I got heavily criticized for saying that you should not be punching people like that in the street, which to me is like a common sense take, right? That's like what most people would say. But again, because people hate him so much, they're like, no, like it's totally fine for people to go regardless. So I made another video, and the punch was a serious punch, right? His friend got knocked down. And I was wondering, like, did this change anything? Like, that's the reason why I made the second video. And 1.5 hours of me just reviewing his stream and basically saying, no, he did not change. I should have probably added a link to the other video because it's not necessarily all the same people. But I have not watched all the new footage since a year ago, because that's kind of part of the problem, right? Like, I can go and search YouTube for Johnny Somali, and there's like constantly videos being uploaded. And I get now that he's facing 36 years in Korean prison. I've read some comments. Mudahar, of course, covers this as well. Like, there's a lot of videos with a lot of views. Like this one from Turkey Tom, 380,000. Like, he's reaching more people. As he's reaching more people, like here, 3 months ago, 1.4 million, he is also growing his community. He is also, I mean, let's be real, guys. Constantly talking about the guy is benefiting him, right? Come. Come on. He just showered. he's so cute. Come on, let me show you in the camera. Look at him. Look at the puppy. He's so cute. Oh my God, I have the cutest dog. He's so cute. All right. You smell so good. He's so clean now. There's a reason why my videos are so long. But so there is some valid criticism there to say, hey, stop making all these videos about the guy. Like, that's how he's, look at these views. It's crazy. And I'm not just making this video because, yeah, it gets views. I want to call out the fact that people are, like, helping him out by constantly talking about him and showing what he is doing. Like, that's part of the problem. And, like, I've seen people throughout the year say, like, this many years in prison, like, life in prison. I've seen people criticize Japan for allowing him to just leave and not end up in prison. And there is one thing that some people don't seem to understand. I understand that Japan is not, South Korea, Asmongold is weighing in 1.6 million 6 months ago. I understand these are different countries, right? Like here, Mutahar 1 month ago, Johnny Somali is headed to prison. People are covering this like crazy, and it's like that's what he wants. It's encouraging him to keep going. Like if we could get to the guy and try to convince him, we would try to convince him to stop this shit, right? Like stop, not just for his own safety and being allowed to walk outside, not being in prison, but also for the people that he is harassing, right? We want him to stop. We probably all agree on this. We want him to stop. This is ridiculous. And then people are upset with Japan and are saying that you guys should have thrown him in prison. The reality is that whatever country he is doing stuff, and like, again, I've not seen all of the new stuff that he has been doing. I totally get that he probably has done enough for South Korea to throw him in prison. But as an outsider, he's like a nuisance streamer, IRL streamer. There's a lot of them now. Like there's a lot of people that are inspired to do the same thing. Like not just guys, it's like girls as well. Like the list is growing because it is effective, and they will keep going as long as it's making them money. And I do believe that he's also banned from Kick, if I'm not mistaken, but then there's probably something else that he can use. And what is also kind of jumping out is the fact that when these people stream, there are people that are watching, there are people that will find where they can watch the stream. They like to interact with the other people in the chat for some reason, and they donate money to the guy. As long as he has ways to get donations, like, yeah, you can tackle all of those things, right? What I'm trying to say is that for people living in countries where he wouldn't have ended up in the same amount of time in prison, because they're more, they're not as strict with certain things, and maybe you think the country you're living in should be more strict and punish people more and whatever. It's not a great advertisement for the country. Like people realize that, IRL streaming, they're doing stuff that is really messed up. They're annoying. They're being racist. They're harassing people. Like, yeah, they're trespassing on property where they're not allowed to be. They're probably destroying properties and stuff like that. I need to walk my dog. I'm just scrolling because this is a never-ending stream of videos. And all have received quite a few views, 2 months ago, 140%. And everyone is hoping that he just ends up in prison for a very, very long time. But then to get upset with Japan for not putting him in prison, like the statue thing, it's super messed up. But do you really, are you going to visit a country where, someone would end up in prison for a very long time while you currently live in a country where that would not happen? Like, they would give them, I don't know. Like, it really depends on where you live, right? Like, for example, the dancing where he's humping the ground and stuff, super annoying stuff. He's screaming. The thing is with these nuisance and sometimes criminal, because he has probably, I would assume that he has done stuff that is just not allowed and he can be fined for it. But the big thing that they're trying to be controversial, and they are also actively looking for stuff where legislation maybe is lagging behind. With a lot of things that he has done, I think, yeah, it's not lagging behind. And you can probably, in a lot of countries where he is where he is taking quite a risk, because, You'll end up in prison for a long time just because you're a nuisance streamer that doesn't respect boundaries. Um, yeah, I just think you have to take into consideration the fact that to Japan, the guy is like an outsider. He went there. He was super annoying. He has done that. They could keep him there. They don't want him there. So like the best that they can do is just say, hey, dude, you came here. You were our guest. You came here as a tourist. Whatever. You messed up. Get out. Just say get out. Kick him out. And then the number of countries where he can go goes down. Also think about like legislation around these IRL streamers, because there's a lot of people doing it that are not doing any harm. You might think it's cringe or whatever, but like, yeah, they can walk around and record themselves and stream it, right? They're allowed to do it. But add some legislation for the stupid speaker. Like say, hey, you're not allowed to do TTS on a speaker, not allowed. You can only do it on your headphone. If you really want to hear TTS, this is the amount of decibels. Hey, leave the cat alone. He's licking the cat. They love each other. Oh. This is the decibel, like if you're going above. But honestly, like just say no. TTS, we know what TTS is. We know. We researched it. Text-to-speech. We're not allowing text-to-speech to speakers anymore. You have to put on earplugs or headphones. That's it. So that takes away one of the ways that they are like harassing people, because this guy just gets these donations and the TTS allows them to spam audio, even audio clips and stuff. Like, right? It's just a matter of time until he will walk around. These people will walk around with like a display on their front and back, and people can pay to put. Oh my God! Don't bring them. Don't give them ideas. Like, but it's common sense. Like the fact that this happens, it's going to happen. It's super annoying and it's messed up. We want these people to stop and not push the boundaries, but they are forcing countries around the world to think about how are we going to deal with this, and giving them a lot of years in prison. Again, disclaimer, I don't know what he has done now that he would end up for like 30 years in prison. But the thing is, we should stop talking about the guy. Like you can do it in a way where you don't even have to show it, like, because at the end of the day, people want to see it, right? They want to see what he's doing, and they want to see someone react to it and get upset and say what an asshole, or make fun of him. I get that. But you are watching the stuff that he's doing, and that's exactly what he wants. He wants more people to see it. He understands when it scales up. Let's say he has a community of like 200 people. If it scales up, 10 times more people have seen the footage, that small community will grow as well. And being in the news and stuff, like a Tozy channel, like getting there, getting exposure there, you're top of mind, people still think about it, people search your name, so you're getting more people to also donate. They want to be bigger. Like, you guys understand that, right? So maybe it's time to just not talk about it and then wait. Let's boycott the guy and just wait until he actually gets a prison sentence. And then, like, we know we can call it out, but like at this point, I think we just need to leave it up to the governments, they need to figure out how to deal with this and come up with sanctions that actually prevent it. Like, you can throw them in prison, but maybe you can give them different sanctions where they're not allowed to do certain things. Like I said, don't allow them to play TTS on the speaker. Don't allow them to do this in stores and restaurants, and like, just like make them end up, in like places where more people are walking and there's tourists or whatever. Because yeah, streaming yourself there is not that weird because more people do it. Just maybe they're doing even video calls with family or friends, Like tourists do that kind of stuff sometimes. So it needs to stop. It is ridiculous. People are making money. Like, keep that in mind. When like Atozy is getting like 350,000 views, that is what he's thinking about. Like, oh yeah, that is a banger. Okay, so 6 days ago, He's being disrespectful. Let's see, facing 36 years in Korean prison. So what value does it give us to know this? Like, I can react to it if you want. I can react to it. We can see if it's really valuable to consume this information.
This disrespectful IRL streamer continues to prove to the world that he is in fact...
The world already knows. The world, everyone knows. Everyone knows. Right? So, yeah. He's doing... All right. I need to walk the dog. So
dumbest streamer to ever walk on Earth. Because at this point, I just feel
we
like
all hate him.
This dude just continues to make an absolute fool out of himself by now threatening the judge and his mother.
The judge, the prosecutor got my cash. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. What does it take for you guys to reach a point where you're like, I don't care. You know, I don't care. This is what he wants. This is exactly what he wants. Not the prison sentence, but he wants exposure. He wants to reach more people. He wants those controversial clips to reach as many people as he can reach. And everyone is helping him. Even if you're shitting on the guy and making fun of the guy, he is growing his audience through your videos because he's banned pretty much everywhere. If nobody talks about the guy, let him go to the court and get a sentence, and then it will be in the news websites. That's it. We just notice it in the news website. We make one video. Finally, he's not gonna bother anyone. Hopefully, by like 26 years, we'll have like legislation that actually can deal with this type of stuff, right? Again, disclaimer: I have not seen everything that he has done, but I just don't care anymore. And I think that should be the case for you guys as well. Stop annoying yourself with the guy, what the guy is doing. It's just such a waste of time. Seriously.